Let's see. We won the roll, so we're gonna play first. Probably gonna, yeah, probably gonna. I mean, I've got the mana, but once we get Hedron Crab down, if they have anything to deal with Hedron Crab, then it's just kind of waiting to draw into something. Yeah, I like that a lot better. I'm not gonna mulligan. Get Verdant down, grab a Watery Grave, and get Mr. Krabby Patties rolling. Then we still have look at this now. We'll be dumping 9 cards in the graveyard when these 3 lands come in, so that'll help too. Let's see what we're playing. Okay. Plains, so still not entirely sure. Okay. We'll go and use that ability. Let's grab a forest. Let's get Chester the Molester out. Yeah, I mean, look at him. He looks like a molester. He is just so creepy looking. I apologize. If you're watching the video and you're scared because of that card art, I apologize. I wonder if this is that deck I played against last night. Some janky red-white raise the alarm deck. And let's grab one more Overgrown Tomb. Alright, Grizzly Salvage. That is much needed. Let's go and do that. Let's see what we can get into. Got a Blood Artist, which we want in the graveyard. Birds of Paradise. And then a Hedron Crab. So at this point in the game, I think we're going to go with Hedron Crab. And we did leave blue mana up for that, so we'll take the Hedron Crab and then put the rest into the graveyard. So as far as Immortal Servitude goes, we've got one target for Immortal Servitude, which is that Blood Artist. Get the Hedron Crab down. Would you like to pay 2 life? No. Get Krabby Patties out. Get the Molester to swing in for 1. Well, if this is that Raise the Alarm deck, it might. I don't know. I can't remember if it is right now. Okay, he's going to bolt it. So we're going to sacrifice it and scry in response. Because he's giving mad respect to Hedron Crab. He does not want that on the field. And then we'll put that on top. Maybe some type of USA control. Red, white, blue. It appears so. Guys, okay. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that card. Get birds down, and then a Blood Artist. And we can always use Viscera Seer to like aggressively sack our creatures and scry into something. So, at least if we've got two Blood Artists, we just need to get some combination of creatures onto the field. So he's gonna get in for 6 with that his little angel token. How cute. I posted a bear commander deck last night, so if that's something that you would enjoy watching, just when you're done with this, make your way over there and watch that. Okay, we got another Birds of Paradise, so we'll get that one down. We will pass the turn. Even if we get Immortal Servitude off, he's probably got, Remand or some type of counterspell. So, what are you going to snap back? And he snapbacks the Bolt. Okay. Who are you choosing? Let's sacrifice it and scry in response. He'll take a life, lose a life. Or he'll lose a life and I'll gain a life. Immortal Servitude, that does not do me good. Let's put it on the bottom. I could take it as a backup to the one I have right now in case it gets countered, but at this point, it's we're on a very short time frame. So we're looking at 8, which will drop us down to 3. And we'll have 3 mana open. And that leaves us open to a Bolt. So let me at least declare a blocker on Snapcaster. And then I'll sacrifice it before we go to combat damage. So we'll be just taking 6, which drop us down to 5. And another Birds of Paradise we do not need. Okay. And a swamp. Alright, let's go to sideboarding. Let's see. Could eat the Spell Pierce, Spell Snare, Snapcaster. I don't know if Path is any good in this one. We could exile his Celestial Colonnade. I might go and throw the Thoughtseize in there. Alright, now let's see what we're gonna cut. Cut Dark Confidant. Cut a Grizzly Salvage. Let's cut a Golgari Thug. Cut a Magus. Need to cut 2 more. Let's cut a Chest of the Molester. We might, in case he does Anger of the Gods, we'll leave it in. Because having 0 creatures to reanimate is not fun. Look at a Noxious Revival, since we have Snapcaster. And it's just 1 bird. Yeah, that looks good. We're gonna play first. Okay, this is decent. You can turn 1 Thoughtseize, see what he's got going on. Yeah, we'll do that. And he's mulliganing, which makes the Thoughtseize even better. So come in, grab a Water Your Grave. Take 2. Okay, Lightning Bolt, guys. Electrolyze, Mana Leak. So I think at this point in the game, we get Woodland down, Birds of Paradise, Grizzly Salvage. I don't have direct removal for Geist. I can play around the Mana Leak. Yeah, let's go and get rid of Geist. That's going to give me the most problem. At least for right now. Let's see, next turn we'll get Woodland down and then Grizzly Salvage. And then he has mana open for a Lightning Bolt. Gonna draw out the Lightning Bolt with birds. We could do that. Let's see if we can draw the Lightning Bolt out, and then we still have Life from the Loam to, as far as mana. And he kills our bird. Next turn, try and get in a Grizzly Salvage. Could bait out that Mana Leak with the Renegade. And then we could also snap back Thoughtseize too. But then he can Mana Leak the Snapcaster. So let's just get Renegade down. Because worst case scenario, if he counters it, it goes into the graveyard where we want it. He doesn't like the tricks I have up my sleeve. See how quick he cracked that island? Okay. And I'm cool with that. Because most of the time I just want it in the graveyard anyway. This guy's busting out the Return to Ravnica basics. Okay. Always take notice of people's land. Or their choices for land, so. Probably my least favorite set was Ravnica. Let's get Hedron Crab down. And if he electrolyzes or something. What did he have in hand? So he doesn't have the Mana Leak anymore. Playing the Hollowed Fountain. Wolf Grizzlies. Let's see if he does anything to Hedron Crab first. Before we Grizzly Salvage. Because we can always respond to that. If he has a counter, he'll probably use it on this one. Which he doesn't. Okay, so we got Chester the Molester, Krabby Patties. We got a Verdant, a Swamp. We do have Life from the Loam, so I can grab any of those lands. I really like that Immortal Servitude. But we can always snap back into Immortal Servitude. I'll take Krabby Patties. Well, we could get the sack out of Viscera Seer. Let's get Hedron Crab. That'll help us build our graveyard, which is non-existent right now. Okay, Vengevine. Let's lead off with Hedron Crab. Gets through, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 lands in the graveyard, so we'll go ahead and Life from the Loam. See if that draws out a counter spell. Even if he counters it, it's got dredge, so we can just dredge it and then cast it again next turn. Okay, he kills Mr. Krabby Patties. He killed, man, he had a buddy out there and he killed him. Not cool. We get Vernon down, see if we hit anything. Hit a Vengevine, but we don't have anything to bring it out. But you can at least keep that in mind. And we do have a Bloodthrone sack outlet. The only thing missing is Blood Artist. We do have a Renegade though. I'll go ahead and pop this just in case he has something to counter target activated ability. We have one more Watery Grave. See if we hit anything. Hit a Renegade. So we're at 2 Renegades and at least 1 sack outlet. So we just need to get 1 Blood Artist into the graveyard. And to pick up a sideboarded counterspell would be wonderful right now. We get a Bloodthorn. Okay. We only have 1 green source, so we can't hardcast Vengevine right now. What I may do is just going to see if anything hits. Okay, we got a Blood Artist. We don't have an Immortal Servitude. I'm gonna wait until next turn because then we get double Vengevines going next turn. And then if he's has any counter spells for Immortal Servitude, then he'll use it on Vengevine. Get one more landfall trigger. And grab a. We have enough black, so we'll just grab a Temple Garden. No, we're not going to take 2. See if we hit anything. Ugh, hit one of our spells. Okay. Let's see. As far as the Immortal Servitude goes, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 creatures. 3 of those being Blood Artists. So we need a few more sack targets. So we'll try and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can get double Vengevines going next turn. See how he likes that. You're gonna have Vengevine coming in hot at you, buddy. Okay, I'm not too scared of that. Just kind of, just a quick look at my graveyard would see that I've got a lot of 2-drops that you would be more concerned with, but hey, more power to you, buddy. And so we're not, well, we could dredge right now. Let me see, just in case. Okay, it was just Birds of Paradise, which does help with the Vengevine. So lead off with Bloodthrone. Lead off with Bloodthrone. And then we can, even if he counters either of the spells, once we just cast Vengevine, then Vengevine will pop back from the graveyard. So it goes through. And then he tapped like he had a counter spell, so I'm assuming if he has one, he's going to use it on this Vengevine. But we at least get one onto the field. I know why he did engineered explosives for one. He was scared of Chester the Molester. I would have done the exact same play. He's like, that card art is so creepy. I cannot allow it to be on the field. Good play, dude. Good play. Okay, what you got up your sleeve, buddy? Cryptic Command? Okay, I don't care. Still get a Vengevine out of the deal. Yes. So we're going to swing in for 4. Drop him down to 14. So we need 7 mana if we're going to we need 7 mana if we're going to snap back into Immortal Servitude. So we've dug through half our deck and only one of them in the graveyard, so hopefully we'll draw into it fairly soon. Maybe like top deck now. No, but voice. So we can lead off with Birds of Paradise. Get a Voice of Resurgence going, which will pop back the second Vengevine. If he has a counter, he probably would counter Voice. Or I would assume he would like to. In worst case, we can just feed it with Immortal Servitude because this sacks for 2 creatures. So right now we're looking at 8. If we sack Birds of Paradise for Blood Throne, looking at 11. So his second Cryptic Command. I want to tap all creatures. Okay. That's a good play. Because right now if we Snapcaster and Thoughtseize, it wouldn't do any good because then we're just in straight top deck mode, so. He has to run out of counter spells at some point. And the Martial Arts. Okay, it helps us with. So let's come in hot. So we have up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can always sack Blood Throne to give it +2/+2, so it would be 7, 11. He'd be down to 3. And he's going to exile that, so what we're going to do in response is sacrifice it. Gets +3/+3. I mean +2/+2. So he's going to get hit for 7. And do I want to try out the Immortal Servitude right now? I feel that we're in an okay position too. You know, he's got to be holding on to something. Let me just try one more draw. See if we draw into it. Because we've dumped nearly 2/3 of our deck into the graveyard, and we've only hit 1 Immortal Servitude, so it's got to be drawing on it soon. Then we can use Snapcaster as a backup. So then we'll sack Birds of Paradise just because. Boy, he hates my 1-drops. He hates Birds of Paradise. But he really wanted to use it on the Viscera Seer, the Molester. I knew why he put it in for 1. That makes sense now. And a Hedron Crab. And I forgot to pop that. So, I can't believe we've only drawn into 1 Immortal Servitude. At this point, I guess I will just swing in for 5. And then we'll wait one more turn. Because then we get the combat phase. Okay, got you. So we didn't even need to cast it. I think I like the setup the way it was. Just leave it the way it is. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And plus, he never saw Immortal Servitude get cast, so he may still do that. Engineered explosives for 1. Ooh. Right now, these videos I'm recording in the tournament practice room, if you're curious. And the reason for that is I'm still, I tweak the deck. Like, I'll take cards out and I put cards in. It's just kind of my way of, I don't know if this is the final product yet. So once I kind of get it finalized and I get more stable wins, I'll start recording more like daily events and 2-man events or 8-man events. So let's see, would you like to mulligan to 6? We do have the mana base up, but there's just not. We're kind of sitting back and waiting, which I do not like to do with this deck. So we're going to mulligan. And that's a better mulligan. Yes. No. So we'll put the watery grave down. Get Mr. Krabby Patties out. Unless he bolts them. I love it. He just hates Hedron Crab. It gets turn 1 hate every single turn. Come on. You're going to... Oh, he did not bolt him. Well, you're going to pay for that mistake, buddy. I've got a forest coming down. Go ahead and get the forest down. Get the landfall triggers if we get anything. We hit on 2 1-drops, which is not the best. Let's put Go Gary Thug down. That way if he counters it, we can still dredge with it. You can cast Immortal Servitude for 4, but like if you have some type of Sack Outlet and Blood Artist already on the field, it's just a little bit more difficult to end the game with like Blood Artist triggers that way. I'm guessing he has a weak hand. Because our Thug's going to get in for 1 with his Rusty Sword. So let's swing in for 1. And that's a human warrior, but that looks every bit of a zombie, if I've ever seen one. And Meg gets down so we can start getting some stuff rolling. That's the fun part about this deck is they, if they have a counter spell, do they want to use a counter spell on Magus? Which most of the time they, okay. At least got a dredge option, and we do have 2 sack outlets for that, so that'll be good. And he's gonna bolt it. Let's make him think we have a counter spell. Let's grab a Godless Shrine for Voice of Resurgence if we get one. Put the top 3, see if we hit anything. And we hit a Blood Artist, okay. So now we have 2 Blood Artists, but no sack outlet. Actually, I have 3 Blood Artists. No, I'm sorry. I thought that was Renegade for a second. So 2 Blood Artists and no sack outlet. Guess we'll go in life right now. That way we can kind of secure our mana base. We didn't miss anything right there. So we're gonna swing him with the rusty sword. Rusty sword. He's gonna hit your shins for 1. Life from the Loam on Verdant, Marsh Flats, Verdant. Even if you don't have a counterspell, it's always just good magic to leave up blue mana to make it seem like you have a counterspell. Because I do run counterspells in here, I just don't have any right now. At least makes them think just a little bit harder about it. We'll get Verdant down, see if we hit anything. So we've got 2 Immortal Servitudes, which we're okay on. So there's another Blood Artist. And then next turn we can pop it. Or we can respond if if he pops his land, we'll just go and pop ours real quick. Or we can leave it up on his turn that way. He thinks we've got something going on. I recently added Life from the Loam, and it's made a big difference in this deck. That's why I don't really play in tournaments yet, just because I'm still finding the groove, like how to aggressively mulligan with this, and okay, he's just popping that in for fun, which I'm cool with. I think what we'll do next time is just aggressively throw the Immortal Servitude out, see if anything sticks. Because he probably has a Cryptic Command or something. He has to. But we've got 2. Let's grab a Watery Grave. No. See if we hit on anything. Hit on a nothing for Immortal Servitude for 2. We're gonna draw right now, which is a land, which is not the best. Okay. Okay, this is good because we can Immortal Servitude now, but do we have a sack outlet? That's the only problem. We can get into a sack outlet if we hit on one of these landfalls, so I'm cool with that. Bring it, dude. Should be the game right here, hopefully. If we can just get one sack outlet. So let's just, while he's doing that, we've got 1, 2, 3. We only got 3 targets, so that is not the game right now. Because we have a Blood Artist in our hand. And so instead, what we're going to do is we're going to dredge, which we hit 1 more Blood Artist. So we're going to play the Marsh Flats, which we get 3 more. Still don't have a 2-drop sack outlet. So we're going to pay 1. Hopefully we hit on this one. Take 2. Come on. Blood Throne. All right, let's do this. We've got enough. That's where you got to make sure you get your triggers set up correctly. Where just 3 cards off Hedron Crab on the turn 1 or turn 2 makes a huge difference. So we're gonna bring them all back. Let's see, and we'll just give Immortal Servitude flashback for fun. So we do not. Yes, that is 1. You have to be careful the way you stack the Renegade triggers. Okay, now it doesn't matter. Always yield. And do we want to? Yes, we're going to use this ability. And then now, no, 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 no. What we're going to do is just start sacking. So let's take care of Mr. Krabby Patty. So he's going to take 4. So it's just going to take 4 creatures that we kill. kill Golgari Thug. So that's 8. He's taking right there. And we'll just put Golgari Thug back on top. And then sacrifice Snapcaster, and that should be, I think we're at 12 right now. So we'll sack one more. Sack a Magus. That should be game right there. You dug too deep and too greedily with that click. Alright, good game. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and like the video. Thank you.